So yesterday saw some blood, sweat and tears, and let's be honest, a couple of beers on our part. But before we get into the thick of things, let's take a little look at the leaderboard.
So as it stands in the female RX group, Olivia Cook, she tops the leaderboard, only collating 5 points over the first day of the weekend. Megan Marshildon, well, she's close in second, and Caroline Williams in third place. Lauren Calvert, Lindsay Benson and Amy Kringle round off top 6. Well, for the men, it's Evander Harwood in first place and Alex Imbert a close second coming into day 2 of the Battle of Britain throwdown. Mark Williams and Jordan Shuttlesworth, well, they're joined third. Sam Cullen and Stephen Bowell round off the top 6. But Bill Carey, Ollie Bennett-Hughes and Joe Taylor all within touching distance of those top 3. So, as we all know, anything can happen in a day. Let's see how they all fare in Sunday's events.
Okay, so that's the table as it stands heading into Sunday's events. I've managed to steal Steve back. Bless him, he's got like 1,000,001 hats on this weekend, don't you? And you're also running a camp today for JST Compete. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so just in the area at the back over there, we're running just a training day for the guys. We try and do it quite often on the programme, every 4 to 6 weeks. It's just where the guys get on the programme together and we lift some weights, do some workouts and just meet everyone on the programme.
Well, it's not just obviously having a training camp here, but so many of your athletes are competing in this competition. Yeah. What is it? Because obviously it's not particularly local to the north, but I appreciate you have athletes all over the country. Yeah. What is it about this event that's drawing so many JSTers?
I'm not sure. I mean, we've ran a programme specific to this competition for a couple of years now. Yeah. So a few of that, and we tried to push the competition amongst those athletes because obviously I had some involvement in the competition this year. Knew that it was going to be a good event, so just tried to get the guys into good events.
So we're looking ahead to, in my eyes, the worst possible workout that could ever be programmed. Legless rope climbs, strict handstand push-ups with a deficit for the lads, and pistol squats.
Yep.
Oh, I mean,
it's the dream.
Yeah, that's a lot of Bernie strict things.
Yeah.
Like when you got a blank piece of paper and you're trying to, test certain elements of the athletes, how did that come together in your mind?
Well, we'd followed the FRF standards of the event, so we had the aerobic capacity, max strength, gymnastics endurance, and then the gymnastics skill, which is what that event is. So it's just testing high skill movements with the legless 1.5 rope climbs, strict hands and push-ups, pistols. They're all relatively advanced exercises. Stick them all in one exercise and let those the kind of gymnastic ninjas get the advantage when they might fall behind on the other styles of the max lifts or endurance events.
Is it a little bit as well about seeing who learned from the CrossFit Open with strict handstand push-ups?
Well, I announced strict handstand push-ups before the Open, so they're copying me.
Now, I know we keep going on about athletes and who these events might suit, but in your mind, what is the perfect athlete for that kind of event?
Yeah, other than the pistols, it's a lot of upper body strength, a lot of upper body pulling and pushing, and obviously it's your body weight. So look out for lighter athletes that are maybe going to go up and down the legless rope climbs and the handstand push-ups a bit quicker. I think everyone will be in and around the same speed on pistols, but yeah, it's definitely the legless and the stricts. So the smaller guys with the big upper bodies. And the girls, obviously, as well.
And the girls.
And the girls.
Smaller guys, big upper bodies. Well, keep your eye out for Evander Harwood. That's coming up next. Let's see how they tackle it. So workout 4 on Sunday was all about strict movements and a real test of muscular endurance. 5 rounds of time, 1.5 legless rope climbs, in which the athlete must also descend the rope, followed by 7 strict handstand push-ups and 14 alternating pistol squats. Now for the men, those handstand push-ups also had a deficit. I hope the athletes have been working on their skills since the CrossFit Open. The women's category saw Amy Kringle set off at a blistering pace. No one was going to catch her as she extended her lead as the heat progressed. Megan Shildon of CrossFit Buxton and Caroline Williams from the CrossFit Place had a bit of a battle for second spot on their hands, but it was Megan who pipped it at the end. That event sees a change in the leaderboard with Amy Kringle and Megan Marshildon now occupying first and second place with 2 events left to go. Caroline Williams bumps up into third, and Olivia Cook drops to fourth alongside Lauren Calvert.
A little bit nervous coming in. I thought this would be my weakest event, to be fair. Not really one for handstands or handstand walks or anything, so I was quite surprised I can actually do what I did. Me and my coach went into the game plan like of just small sets from the off and then just do what you can do. I know I like a rope anyway, so yeah, I knew that would be okay. It was just whether the handstands would fall apart.
For the men, the heats were shorter and the times were faster. This workout completely changed the leaderboard. It was Ben Parsons of Second City CrossFit who had finished his workout in an astonishing pace of 3 minutes 54 seconds. But as the post-workout interview proved, he's a man of few words despite that epic effort. Joe Cohen of CrossFit Napalm also had a good event. He finished in 4:34. Joe was closely followed by Alex Imbert and Lee Domain. So the leaderboard at this stage is a few new faces. Alex Imbert regains the top spot, but we see a new face in Stephen Bowell, whose consistency over the weekend is paying dividends. Joint third is Jordan Shuttlesworth, and then there's Sam Cullen still in touching distance.
I'm pretty small. I just like that. Bodyweight stuff's what I like.
Talk to me about those legless rope climbs, because they're not your standard ones, are they?
No, I mean, I've never done that before. So that was new to me, but I don't know, just get them done fast, don't hang on the rope.
Were you aware of the rest of the field and where they were in comparison to you?
Not really, no. I just went, tunnel vision.
What's the game plan approaching a workout like that?
That one, fast as I can, as quick as I can.
Oh my gosh, what a workout. I'm sure athletes really enjoyed that one. It's not often you see so much strict work piled into a WOD in a competition format, so super exciting. And one woman who really did take it in her stride well, that's Lauren Calvert. One half of the Calvert sisters, a regionals competitor and an experienced CrossFitter from CrossFit Faction. We got the opportunity to catch up with her about how her weekend was going.
Anyone who doesn't know Lauren Calvert, you've been to regionals a couple of times as part of the team.
Yes.
You're one part of the Calvert sisters.
Yes. The older part.
The older part, Northern Lass. And you've just come back from a team performance at Stood this year.
Yes, indeed.
Should we start there?
It was amazing to be second on the first day and then finish 9th overall. So yeah, it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. We had a fantastic start with some of the weightlifting stuff on the first day, and then the second day there was a horrendous run, and then we finished strong for who we were, but I think it was more of a foundation for us moving forward for other competitions. So I think the up and coming season for us is going to be even better.
I remember hearing something that you said back at the start of the year, where it was very much that this season was the season for you and Fran, your sister, to really push for regionals and at regionals level. Then the entire CrossFit season got totally shaken up. Where did that leave you guys?
It was more of because we wanted to go individual and see how we went, because we compete so well alongside each other, because we both want to win. So it is literally, we leave everything. So when that did happen, we sort of went, well, we'll have to go together now. Yeah. So we worked together, and then obviously we went team, and we're going to be entering a bit of team going forward, but we're still both going to go for the open individual in October.
So where do competitions like this now fit into your schedule? Training grounds, or is it like a slightly different level now we've got this new kind of CrossFit kind of step?
Well, I think that people have definitely built it up to be a different level, but a competition is still a competition. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about like saying competitions shouldn't be there to destroy you, they should just be a show of how fit you are.
So was that Craig Massey? Because I'm pretty sure that's all he was just talking about.
Do you know what? It was Steve Force I was talking to. Big Steve, didn't want to name drop him. And then so we were talking and just saying like it should be a show of how fit you are, and you should go into training the next week more fired up to go again because you ranked on the day how fit you are, and it is what it is.
So mentally, how did you approach this one?
Go in and hold on. That was it. Go hard and hold on. Literally, I came today just wanting to. Obviously, I was a bit gutted that me and Fran didn't do it together, and I'm the only person from the gym doing it, so it was more just a bit of fun. But it's never fun when you're competing. You want to win, don't you? So I just went in, and when you
I feel like you might always want to win.
I always want to win, but when people come watching you and you've got a coach screaming at you that's like 7'2", you go hard. So.
Any advice for people who maybe don't have your experience? We interviewed someone earlier who had only just started CrossFit. If you're looking at these and you're thinking this is something I want to do, how do you approach that as a beginner?
Don't be fucking silly watching Instagram videos. You go to a gym. My coach always says, it's true. He says, turn up, do the stuff and you'll get results. So it's literally find a gym with a decent coach that's going to be there, and there's so many gyms in the UK that have got really, really good coaches and they're so passionate about it. Attend classes, ask for a bit more and go again, find people that make you better. Don't go and watch YouTube videos and try and practice it at home, don't work. It's the hours in the gym that add up.
Really nice to catch up with Lauren there, and just quite frankly, really nice to get out into this gorgeous bank holiday sunshine because it's a little bit colder in the Staffordshire County Showground. Anyway, looking ahead to event 5, well, there's a little bit of a rural theme that I've noticed, and this workout, well, it's no different. The athletes are going to have a time cap of 14 minutes. It's 2 rounds for time, 150 double unders, 12 sandbag to over shoulder. Men will be lifting 70 kilograms, women will be lifting 50 kilograms, 24 chest to bar pull-ups, and then 2 lengths of, yeah, you've got it, the farmer's carry. 2 times 22.5s or 15 kilograms. Anyway, over to the athletes. Let's see how they got on in this one. Event 5 was do or die for our athletes. Those in 4th or 5th needed to record a strong score heading into a sprint finale. 2 rounds for time, 150 double unders, 12 sandbag over shoulders at 70 kilograms for men and 50 for women, 24 chest to bar pull-ups and 2 lengths of farmer's carry, holding 2 dumbbells either at 22.5k or 15k. It was Megan Mushilden and Hannah Brown who took an early lead on this one, making easy work of the double unders, but of course it's the weighted sandbags that was going to split the field. Halfway through round 1, we saw Olivia Cook inch ahead, and by the time she'd reached round 2 of the sandbags, there was a 30-second gap between her and Megan. Hannah Brown kept in touching distance, but it was Olivia who once again took both her heat and the event win, which was much needed after getting capped in workout 4. So the leaderboard is tight and there's one more event to go. Tough out there with those heavy weights, but you seem to take it all in your stride. How do you find it?
I just paced it really well. It's nice to have the heats before because you can kind of look and see what's the best tactics to go through. Gosh, I knew it was going to be a tough one for me because of the chest to bar. That's been one of my weaknesses, just linking like a large number. Could do about 6 or 7, but 24 was a lot. So I just paced it, broke them up early, and then I got through them, thank God. There was a moment there where I was like, I'm not going to finish this. And then I just heard everyone scream. So I actually ran with the dumbbells and then I just sprinted to the line and I was so happy to finish.
On the men's side, we saw a new athlete enter the fray. Ollie Bennett-Hughes made a late surge, taking the field by surprise, as up until now his best event finish was 7th. Confident with both a sandbag and a sled, the CrossFit Galleon athlete went on to win the event. The usual culprits continued their dominance of the field. Jordan Shuttlesworth and Ben Parsons were neck and neck throughout the workout, Jordan making light work of those sandbag throws. Unfortunately for Stephen Bowell, it was not his workout as he saw his grasp on the podium spot slip. He had to settle for 16th place overall. It was definitely not a workout to be underestimated as 34 athletes were capped, but for Evander Harwood, Alex Imbert and Sam Cullen, finishing 6th, 22nd and 3rd respectively, there was enough of a cushion to keep them in podium contention. And for Ollie Bennett-Hughes, a trip to the top 5 for the first time this weekend. So that was event 5, and it's really left the table in a position where we can kind of see who the front runners are going to be and the people who might take the podium. But event 6, well, it's a whole new gravy, isn't it? It's a knockout sprint.
Yeah.
And 30 athletes are going to go into it. After each 3-minute section, 10 athletes are going to drop off until we get our final 10. So who should we be looking out for on the men's side?
I mean, for the men and the women, you just got to look out for the shorter people for that first one. It's all about range of motion, who can move the quickest through the burpee dumbbell power cleans. And I think everyone's going to be around about the same on the sleds. And then same then applies for the dumbbell thrusters, who can move the quickest through those.
So Megan, she's currently in first place. Is this kind of workout going to suit her strengths?
Yeah, I don't think Megan's got many weaknesses. So as long as she stays in there and then is in there in the top 10, I think she's kept herself safe.
Okay, and another one who's given her a bit of a run for money over the weekend is Amy Kringle.
Yeah.
We've seen her obviously come up high in certain events, but there's certain events that haven't quite suited her. Where does she lie with heavy sled drags?
Yeah, I think if she gets into that final, especially gets into that final, there's the 100-metre shuttle, and she's shown how quick she can run on there. So if she gets there, then I think she's going to pull ahead in that last 10.
So let's take a little look at the men's side. Well, Evander Harwood, he is coming into this in first place. He's had a great weekend. Is anything going to trip him up? There's one more hurdle, isn't there?
There's 3 more hurdles. There's 3 more hurdles, but yeah, he's got plenty of experience. He should know what he needs to do now. Just needs to execute, do everything as fast as possible, meet movement standards, and I think he'll be fine.
So any other men out there in the field? I mean, Joe Taylor. Joe Taylor, he could do a little bit of damage, can he, at this kind of thing?
The small guys can move quick. Joe's is vertically challenged like myself, so he's going to move quick through those handstand walks and dumbbell thrusters, so look out for him.
Yeah, and we've seen Alex Imber, he topped the qualifier leaderboard.
Yeah.
We've seen him have a fairly good, he's going into this this final event in second place, but he's not the heaviest of men, he's also not the shortest of men.
Yeah.
Is he any match for Evander?
Yeah, I mean, he might fall behind just on the power on the ski erg there, just being that little bit lighter and a little bit shorter, but I mean, it's all relatively low skill movements for these guys, so it's just going to come down to who's got that last little bit to push at the end of the weekend.
Workout 6 was quite frankly brilliant. Knockout in format, short, sharp and fast, with 3 opportunities to better yourself. The field had been narrowed down to the top 30 and all eyes were on the current leaderboard leaders. So the women kicked us off and Amy Kringle began to creep ahead. Having been floating around the podium for big parts of the weekend, she came to the final in 5th, with the weightlifting workout having harmed her overall position. By part 3 of event 6, it was clear that the workout was very much within her wheelhouse and she'd had enough of a lead to take first place. We saw Olivia Cook come back in a big way. Off the back of a first place finish in event 5, she made light work of the dumbbells and flew through her shuttle runs to take second place overall. In the men's category, there was an interesting story building. Evander Harwood looked fairly safe at the top of the leaderboard with a comfortable 18-point buffer going into the final event. But second place to 6th only had 10 points between them, meaning the final would likely decide the outcome of the whole weekend. Once again, Ollie Bennett-Hughes impressed. Having snuck up the leaderboard under the radar, he was well in contention of the podium. However, later sled drags took their toll. Sam Cullen had another competent performance, beating Alex Imbert to the finish line on all 3 parts of the event, and that might just have been the difference. By the close of play, 12 points separated first and second, and only 2 points separated second and third. Second place went to Olivia Cook, who'd spent so much of Saturday at the top of the leaderboard, and third was Caroline Williams, with Megan Mishildon of CrossFit Buxton finishing in first place after 6 outstanding performances.
Sam Cullen's excellent finish to the day, which saw him take third in Event 5 and second in Event 6, pushed him above Alex Imbert on the overall standings, taking second on the podium. Alex, whilst having an excellent start to the weekend, failed to maintain his momentum across the final day and had to settle for third. But it was Evander Harwood who would be this year's Battle of Britain 2019 champion. Well done, lads.
Well, what a weekend of CrossFit it's been, and a warm congratulations to all of the deserved winners. And of course, weekends like this would not be possible without the help of our sponsors. So thanks to Wolverson, to Nocco, to JS to Compete, to Kitbox. You guys, without you, this wouldn't happen. So we really appreciate you getting behind events like this. Anyway, that is all from us, and you're probably bored to death of hearing from me. So thanks, and make sure you join us next time.